There is a hidden stage in college football where power does not wear shoulder pads, where the real hits do not happen between the lines, and where reputations are not built by trophies alone, but by the way the media decides to frame them. And that is exactly where Kirby Smart suddenly found himself during Paul Finebaum's SEC Network show when Mike Griffith from Dawg Nation / AJC came on to talk Georgia. At first, it sounded like a normal conversation about money, Kirby's contract, his market value, his place in the new economy of college football. But then, Finebaum shifted the entire tone. He brought up the rankings from Bruce Feldman and Stuart Mandel at The Athletic, pointing out that Kirby Smart was no longer being treated as the best coach in college football. That was not just a question, that was a signal. Because when you take a two-time national champion, a coach who rebuilt Georgia into the most feared machine in the SEC, and suddenly frame him as second best, you are not analyzing football anymore. You are shaping perception, and perception is dangerous. Finebaum did not stop there. He pushed the knife deeper when he said Kirby had looked pretty weak in the last 2 years in the postseason, pointing toward New Orleans and those painful Sugar Bowl memories, as if 2 postseason disappointments could erase an empire. That's the trick. Shrink the dynasty into one ugly night. Reduce a decade of dominance into one scoreboard. Pretend that the machine is broken because for a moment it did not look invincible. But here's where the criticism starts to fall apart. According to Georgia's official athletics profile, Kirby Smart entered his 10th season with 105-19 record, an .847 winning percentage, back-to-back national championships, SEC titles in 2017, 2022, and 2024, 6 SEC East crowns, and 8 New Year's Six Bowl appearances. That's not a coach losing control. That's a program operating at a level most schools only dream about. According to Sports Reference, Kirby's career record stands at 117-21 with a winning percentage near .850 plus a 9-4 bowl record. So when someone says he's looked weak, the question becomes, weak compared to whom? Weak compared to programs that cycle through coaches, buyouts, and panic. Weak compared to schools that celebrate one playoff run like it was a dynasty. Weak compared to coaches who get crowned after one magical season, while Kirby keeps dragging Georgia back into the national conversation year after year. That is why Mike Griffith pushed back. He knew the frame was too shallow. He knew Finebaum was using the recent postseason as a weapon while ignoring the total weight of Kirby's resume. Griffith reminded everyone that Kirby had won back-to-back SEC titles, one of the rarest accomplishments in the history of the league. And in the SEC, that matters. This is not a soft conference. This is the meat grinder. This is where every week can become a war, where depth, injuries, road environments, and recruiting pressure turn every season into survival. According to CBS Sports, Kirby Smart set an SEC record for the most wins through his first 100 games, passing even Nick Saban's early pace. Let that sink in. The man being questioned on national television once moved through his first 100 games faster than the gold standard himself. But now, because a few rankings at The Athletic moved him down, the media wants to act like the throne is suddenly vacant. No, the throne is being challenged because Kirby built something too big to ignore. According to Dawg Nation's Mike Griffith, Georgia's player development under Kirby remains one of the strongest advertisements in the sport, especially with the Bulldogs continuing to send elite talent to the NFL. That is not a minor detail. In the portal era, recruits and transfers do not just look at NIL money, they look at development, they look at proof, they look at who can turn a college player into a professional asset. And Georgia, under Kirby Smart, has become one of the clearest pipelines in America. So when Finebaum raises the question of whether Kirby is still number one, maybe the real question is different. Maybe the real question is why the media is so eager to find a crack in Georgia's armor. Maybe the machine has become so consistent, so physical, so suffocating that the only way to attack it is through narrative. And Dawg Nation, this is exactly why this channel exists. If you want more Georgia Bulldogs content that goes beneath the surface, exposes the hidden angles, and refuses to let national media narratives go unanswered, hit the like button and subscribe right now. Every like helps push this content to more Georgia fans. Every subscription helps us keep building a place where the dog side of the story gets told with force. Because the truth is simple. Kirby Smart is not being criticized because he failed. He is being criticized because he changed the standard. Before Kirby, Georgia was powerful, respected, talented, but still chasing that final step. Under Kirby, Georgia became the step, the benchmark, the program other programs measure themselves against. National championships in 2021 and 2022, a perfect 15-0 season in 2022, according to the SEC's official championship records. SEC dominance, NFL development, recruiting power, facility power, cultural power. That is why this pretty weak line feels so hollow. It ignores context, it ignores injuries, it ignores roster turnover. It ignores the pressure of staying elite when everyone in America is building specifically to beat you. Georgia is not sneaking up on anyone anymore. Every opponent circles that game. Every analyst watches for cracks. Every rival fan waits for one loss to declare the dynasty dead. But dynasties do not die because Paul Finebaum raises an eyebrow. They die when the foundation collapses. And Georgia's foundation has not collapsed, it has hardened. Kirby Smart has turned Georgia into a program where winning the SEC is treated like evidence of weakness if the playoff ending is not perfect. That is the highest form of respect disguised as criticism. Because when ordinary coaches lose, people move on. When Kirby loses, the entire national conversation shifts. That means he is still the center of gravity. So here's the question Finebaum's segment really leaves behind. Are these critics honestly evaluating Kirby Smart, or are they desperate to be first in line to announce the fall of a dynasty that has not actually fallen? If you think Kirby Smart is still the standard in college football, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and stay locked in with Bulldog Nation news. Because as long as the media keeps trying to rewrite the Georgia story, we're going to keep exposing what they do not want Dawg Nation to see.